Okay, welcome. This is a quick review of your demographic history paper. Since we had the holiday and we wanted to basically free up some time, this is an explanation on your assignment. So this is basically an autobiography, but focusing on the demographic components of yourself, basically. So this paper is going to be typed, make sure it's double spaced, and it's basically about your demographic breakdown. Now, you have to answer and include the information I'm asking, but you can include other things. So, for example, family tree, I've had that in the past, which is great. Any photos, poetry, artwork, anything that you would like to share that you feel comfortable sharing, absolutely feel free to include. Anything that conveys your life, your family realities, your background, because basically, regardless of how your background is, that shapes who you are today. So your past has basically shaped the person that you are today. And what you're doing now is going to shape the person that you're going to be in the future. So this is a good exercise to really focus in on what components and what factors have shaped your demographic and psychographic profile. Also, feel free to interview your parents or any other family members, grandparents if you can, etc. You can also give a catchy name to this assignment if you wish. I had one student who in the past was Italian, so all the categories were in Italian, which was kind of cool. So you can do that if you'd like. Please do understand, and I put this in bold, anything included in your papers will also be confidential. No one aside from your instructor, that is me, will be able to read this paper. This is not an attempt to invade your privacy, as I mentioned the first day of class. And that's why it's very important that you understand you need a cover sheet. I don't want anyone to read anything in your paper. My husband's a professor and he knows when I get these papers, he knows I'm not like, "Oh, look at what this person said," or look at what never. He makes sure he gives me time to grade them because it does take a while to grade. So it's very important that you understand that I do respect your privacy. So please understand no one else will read this. I share no information with anybody. Also, I warned you the first day of class that you will be doing a paper about yourself. So you can't just go through each category and say, I'm not comfortable discussing, I'm not comfortable discussing, I'm not comfortable discussing. Then you're not doing the assignment. Uh, so as I told you before, I gave you fair warning right at the beginning of class that you need to make sure that you understand that you have to answer the questions. I'm giving you the format, so please follow that. Please do include a cover sheet. Again, I don't want anyone to see your information. It has your name, class, date, and assignment title. Make sure to type all the information. Nothing should be handwritten. Make sure that everything's stapled, so please no paper clips, no folded corners. I said folded corners. 3-point deduction for not following instructions. It's very important because I inevitably I get someone, do you have a stapler? No, I don't. I don't carry a big stapler with me. So it's your responsibility to staple. I carry papers to grade wherever I go. So if the paper clip comes undone, then your papers are all over the place and then I have to put them together and that's too time consuming. So please follow instructions. So the format is as follows. So basically you're going to be discussing first just yourself. So it's an introduction of who you are and your current demographic and psychographic breakdown. So if you want to just letter it A, B, C, D, go right ahead. Or just put age and then give me your current age, sex/gender, ethnicity. Just put headings. Don't just put it all together in one giant paragraph. So age, your current age, when and where you were born. You don't have to give me zip code or anything like that, but what city, what state or country. Some people like to include the hospital they were born. That's perfectly fine. Do you feel and think and or react differently to situations due to your age compared to, let's say, 3 years ago? Why or why not? And some people do, some people don't. Just give an example. Sex, gender is self-explanatory. How do you and your family view gender differences? If any, they may not, in which case you say no, but are girls and males and females treated differently in your home? How about sexuality? Did you ever get the talk, the birds and the bees? Or was it just assumed you would figure it out on your own? Ethnicity and race, what is your ethnic background? Is it a mixture of different backgrounds? If it is there one area you identify with more than others? Why or why not? Income and occupation, do you work? If so, where? And you don't need to give me the address, but do you work at a restaurant, a waitress at a restaurant or a busboy or, cashier? How many hours a week or a day do you work typically, just on average? What does your typical schedule look like? What is your current annual income? And I gave you a bracket. Um, so you don't have to give me your paycheck stub. You just have to give me where your annual bracket falls under. If you don't have a job, what do you do for money? What is your source for money? Okay, so um, just select a bracket. Again, you don't have to give me a specific number. Marital status, are you single, engaged, married, in a serious relationship, just dating, not dating and focusing on other things, would like to start dating, etc. Education, your current educational plan and your goals for the future in terms of education. So is getting higher education important to you, or is it just expected thing to do? In other words, your parents or whoever raised you, they just expect it. So just elaborate on that. Do you feel you're getting a good education? Why or why not? And give some examples. It does vary from major to major. No one's judging you here. Like, how dare you say something negative about Cal Poly or, nothing like that. But are you planning on getting a master's or a doctorate degree, a higher degree? What kind of career choices do you think you're looking at after you get an education, etc.? Family structure, linked to being single or married or cohabitating, but the idea is, do you live alone, with family, with roommates, etc.? Your family size, who lives with you and any children, and size of your immediate family, siblings, and what's the birth order? Religion, your background. Are you currently, so how did you grow up in terms of religion? Was it practiced in the home or not? Are you currently practicing? Why or why not? And how about your family, the rest of your family? Are they practicing or not? Psychographics, what do you value most in life? Has this viewpoint changed? What are your values? What matters to you more? And has it changed in the last several years, and why or why not? And what are your current likes, hobbies, and pastimes? What do you enjoy doing? What issues are most important to you? It could be social, political, environmental. It doesn't matter. It's what's important to you. Then the second part is your immediate family. So how would you characterize your parents or whoever raised you, their lifestyle? How would you describe it? Do they have specific ideals or values that he or she try to that they or he or she try to hard to inculcate in you? So work hard, or is it about education, or it's about being honest, or what is it that they push more for you? And are they lax? Are they more strict? What's kind of their lifestyle? How was their background upbringing different from yours? What about siblings? How many siblings do you have, and where do you fit in again in terms of birth order and gender? And do you think your siblings, if any, would describe your family the same way you do? Sometimes when you have a younger sibling, they don't quite see things the same way as you do, or older. So would they describe your family the same way you would? What are the distinctive roles in your family? And every family has them. So I usually get a no roles. That's not true. Usually there's a calm one, there's the one that keeps kind of the family together, there's the kind of the drama queen, there's the jokester. I mean, we all have kind of these roles, whether you want them or not. You just assume that these roles. So what's your role, and what are the distinctive roles in your family? G, what is your current relationship with your family? Is it good or maybe not as good? Is there an area you'd like to, uh, I guess, improve on? So good, not as good. Talk daily. Do you see each other over dinner once a week, etc.? Is there a particular area you'd like to change in your family dynamics, such as better communication, maybe more privacy? Those are the top two that I tend to hear, but maybe less strict. I don't know. Better communication, etc. Lastly, tell me anything else that is important you feel to include in the understanding of your family experience, and end your autobiography with ideas that you have in starting a family of your own, meaning are you interested in finding a life partner? Do you see yourself getting married? Do you see yourself having children? Or maybe not at all. Maybe you see yourself just traveling, staying single, or being with a partner, that kind of thing. What kind of do you see? It doesn't mean that's exactly what's going to happen. It just means, what do you see yourself? This is due week 3, so this is Wednesday, so April 14th at the beginning of class, 2 o'clock, and it's hard copy only, so physical copy, no electronic copies not required, and make sure that to include a cover page, okay? The length does vary, it just depends. I've had them really long, I've had them fairly short, but as long as you give me all the information that I'm asking for, that's the main thing, okay? And hopefully this answers most of your questions, but any additional questions, feel free to email or ask in class. Okay, thanks.